If you ever want to understand a nation's soul, don't start with its skyline, start with its kitchen. Because in the Philippines, history simmers in clay pots, dances in the streets, and explodes in fireworks after sunset. Close your eyes for a moment. Hear the distant beat of drums. Smell garlic hitting hot oil. See strings of lanterns swaying in the warm tropical wind. Welcome to the Philippines, a land where every dish is a story and every festival is a heartbeat. The sun rises over Manila, painting the sky in orange and gold. Street vendors are already awake. The scent of vinegar, soy sauce, and fried garlic floats through the air. A mother prepares adobo for breakfast. Yes, breakfast. In the Philippines, adobo is timeless. Chicken or pork slowly braised in vinegar, soy sauce, bay leaves, peppercorns, and garlic. Tangy, savory, bold. Each family swears their version is the best. Across the street, a vendor ladles steaming bowls of lugao, topped with crispy garlic and boiled egg. It's comfort in a bowl, the kind of meal that hugs you from the inside. And beside it sizzles tocino, sweet and caramelized, paired with garlic fried rice and a sunny side-up egg, forming the iconic tasalog. Breakfast here is not rushed, it is savored. No Filipino gathering is complete without one star, Lechon. In Cebu City, Lechon is legendary. The pig is stuffed with lemongrass, onions, and herbs, then roasted slowly over charcoal for hours. The skin crackles like fireworks. The meat melts like butter. Families gather around it with laughter. Photos are taken. Stories are shared. Children wait eagerly for the first slice. Lechon is not just food. It is the symbol of abundance. On a rainy afternoon, there is only one cure. Sinigang sour from tamarind. Warm from simmered pork or shrimp. Packed with vegetables like kangkong and radish. One sip wakes up every taste bud. Filipinos love bold contrasts. Sweet and salty, sour and savory. Sinigang proves that comfort doesn't have to be mild, it can be powerful. In January, the rhythm changes. Drums thunder through Cebu during the grand Sinulog Festival. Dancers dressed in red and gold move in hypnotic patterns. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, honoring the Santo Niño. Confetti rains down, voices chant in unison. Food stalls line the streets selling grilled barbecue skewers, sticky rice cakes, and icy halo. A layered dessert of shaved ice, fruits, beans, jelly, lech flan, and uba ice cream. It is chaos. It is faith. It is joy. Travel north to Baguio, where cool mountain air carries the scent of pine. Here, the Panagbenga Festival transforms the city into a moving garden. Massive floats covered entirely in flowers glide through the streets. Dancers wear petal-inspired costumes. The word Panagbenga means season of blooming. And bloom it does. The festival celebrates resilience after hardship, a reminder that beauty can grow from pain. In Calibo, the Ati-Atihan Festival electrifies the streets. Faces are painted black. Bodies are decorated with tribal patterns. Participants shout, "Halabira!" as drums echo endlessly. It is raw. It is primal. It is alive. Meanwhile, in Iloilo City, the Dinagyang Festival brings precision and pageantry, massive choreographed performances telling stories of history and faith. Each island celebrates differently, but all celebrate loudly. At birthdays, one dish is essential. Pancit. Long noodles symbolize long life. Stir-fried with vegetables, meat, shrimp, and calamansi. You cannot cut the noodles, because you do not cut blessings. No Filipino feast ends without dessert. There is silky lech flan, rich and golden. There's bibingka, baked in clay pots and topped with salted egg and cheese during Christmas. And then there's halo, literally meaning mix. A dessert that mirrors Filipino culture itself, layered, colorful, unexpected, harmonious. Rice is served at almost every meal. Farmers bend under the sun in emerald fields. Families gather during harvest. Thanksgiving prayers are offered. Rice connects generations. From sticky rice cakes wrapped in banana leaves to garlic fried rice in the morning, it is the foundation of Filipino life. Did you know the Philippines celebrates the longest Christmas season in the world? As early as September, carols echo through malls. Parol lanterns glow in windows. Simbang gabi masses gather communities before dawn. Tables overflow with ham, queso de bola, bibingka, and hot chocolate. Christmas here is not a day. It is a season of togetherness. The Philippines has over 7,000 islands, more than 180 languages, countless regional dishes. But what truly defines it is hospitality. Walk into a Filipino home unannounced, and you will be fed. Stay a little longer, and you will be family. Food is how Filipinos say, "I see you. I welcome you. You belong here." Imagine one last night. Fireworks burst overhead, music plays. Children run between tables piled with lechon, pancit, sinigang, and rice cakes. Laughter rises into the humid night sky. You take one final bite, and you understand something beautiful. The Philippines is not just tasted. It is felt in the rhythm of its festivals, in the warmth of its kitchens, in the sweetness of its desserts, in the generosity of its people, and long after the drums fade, the flavor stays with you. Because in the Philippines, life is not just lived, it is celebrated. On a quiet morning in a coastal village in Davao City, a fisherman named Arturo pulled his boat ashore. His catch was small, just a few shrimp and a slender milkfish. His wife didn't complain. Instead, she smiled and prepared sinigang. As the tamarind broth simmered, their children gathered around the wooden table. The soup was simple, stretched with kangkong leaves and radish. But when they ate together, laughing over the day's small victories, the meal felt rich. That is the magic of Filipino food. It multiplies joy, even when ingredients are few. In the bustling streets of Cebu City, a young vendor named Liza sold slices of golden mango. Sweetest in the world, she'd proudly say. She wasn't exaggerating. Philippine mangoes are famous for their sweetness, bright, fragrant, unforgettable. During the Sinulog Festival, tourists lined up at her stall between dance performances. While drums thundered and dancers moved in waves, she sprinkled chili salt over mango slices and handed them out with a grin. To her, the festival wasn't just tradition. It was opportunity, it was hope, it was survival wrapped in celebration. In Calibo, young Mateo stood nervously before a mirror. Today would be his first time joining the Ati-Atihan festival. His father carefully painted his face black and traced bold patterns across his cheeks. "Don't be shy," his father whispered. "When you shout halabira, shout it from your chest." When the drums began, Mateo felt something awaken inside him. The streets pulsed with rhythm. Strangers danced like family. Sweat, paint, laughter, it all blended into one unstoppable energy. For Mateo, Ati-Atihan wasn't just a festival. It was the day he felt part of something bigger than himself. Years ago, a devastating typhoon struck the mountains near Baguio. Homes were damaged, lives were shaken. But the following year, the Panagbenga Festival bloomed brighter than ever. A young girl named Althea helped decorate a float covered in roses and chrysanthemums. As she glued petals into place, she remembered the night the winds howled. This time, the streets were filled not with fear, but with color. Panagbenga became more than a flower festival. It became proof that Filipinos bloom even after storms. In a small town near Iloilo City, wedding bells rang. Neighbors arrived carrying trays of food. Aunties supervised giant pots. Children chased each other between tables. At the center of it all stood the roasted lechon, glistening under the afternoon sun. Beside it were trays of pancit for long married life, and creamy leche flan for sweetness in the years ahead. No one left hungry, no one left unnoticed. Because in Filipino weddings, guests are not spectators. They are part of the blessing. In the countryside, rice fields shimmered like green oceans. Farmers gathered after harvest, cooking bibingka over charcoal in clay pots lined with banana leaves. An elder stood and gave thanks, not just for the rice, but for the rain, the soil, the hands that planted, and the hands that cooked. The Philippines is deeply rooted in gratitude. Every fiesta, every meal, is a quiet thank you to life itself. By September, lanterns begin appearing in windows across Manila. Children rehearse carols. Families plan reunions months ahead. During Simbang Gabi, dawn masses fill churches with candlelight. Afterward, vendors outside sell warm bibingka and sweet rice delicacies. On Christmas Eve, tables overflow again. Ham, queso de bola, rice cakes, hot chocolate, thick and rich. But the greatest gift is not on the table. It is the reunion of families separated by oceans, overseas workers returning home, embracing parents after years apart. Tears mix with laughter. Food bridges the distance. One summer afternoon, children gathered around a small stall selling layered cups of shaved ice. "Mix it," the vendor instructed. Halo Halo, literally mix, held sweet beans, jackfruit, jelly cubes, lech flan, ube ice cream, and evaporated milk. When stirred together, the colors blended beautifully. Just like the Philippines itself, Malay roots, Spanish history, American influence, Asian neighbors, different layers, one harmony. On my final evening, a family I barely knew invited me into their home in a quiet barangay. There was no grand festival, no parade, just simple food, adobo, rice, grilled fish, and laughter. As we ate, the grandmother said something I will never forget. In the Philippines, we celebrate not because life is perfect, but because life is precious. And that is the true story behind every dish and every festival. The Lechon crackles because people are grateful. The drums beat because faith endures. The flowers bloom because hope survives storms. The noodles stretch long because life is meant to continue. The Philippines is not just a destination, it is a feeling. A spoonful of sinigang on a rainy day, a bite of lechon at a wedding, a shout of halabira in painted streets, a lantern glowing in a December dawn. It is a nation that turns hardship into festivals, ingredients into inheritance, meals into memories. And once you have tasted it, once you have danced in its streets, you carry the Philippines with you. Not just in your mind, but in your heart.